Chapter 6. The Dancer's Dream. It was a Friday evening, and the neon lights of Seoul seemed to reflect off every puddle on the wet sidewalks. The city pulsed with energy music from street performers, chatter from, and the steady hum of traffic. Farah had just finished closing the shop's registers when the bell above the door jingled. She looked up to see a young woman entering, carrying a duffel bag that looked as if it had survived a storm. Her long hair was tied into a messy ponytail, strands sticking to her sweat-dampened face. Despite her casual attire-loose sweatpants and a worn hoodie, there was an undeniable grace in the way she moved. Every step, even hurried, held rhythm. "Hi," the girl said breathlessly. "Is it okay if I use a computer for a bit?" Farah studied her. There was something familiar in the determined glint of her eyes, a mixture of mischief and struggle. "Of course," she said, handing over a card. "Just take a seat." As the girl sat down, she opened her duffel and pulled out a small notebook filled with dance choreography sketches. Her fingers traced the notes and diagrams with care, like a sculptor inspecting their clay.
"I'm Kong Mira," she said after a moment, offering a small smile.
I need to submit my dance portfolio for a competition. The studio's computers were all full, so here I am." Farah nodded, intrigued. "A dancer? That's cool. What kind of dancing?" "Modern, contemporary mostly. But I've been experimenting with street styles too," Mira said, cheeks flushed with exertion. "It's my dream to make it big, but my family doesn't really support it." She glanced down at her notebook, her voice softening. "They want me to focus on something safer, something stable. But I can't stop dancing. It's the only thing that makes me feel alive." Farah felt a pang of sympathy. The girl's struggle reminded her of her own battles running the shop, fighting expectations, balancing responsibility with desire. "Sounds like you've got courage," Farah said gently. Mira laughed, a little bitter, a little self-deprecating. "Courage or stupidity? Sometimes it feels like both." The conversation was interrupted by the sudden entrance of Seong-min, who flopped dramatically onto a chair near the counter. "Oh, what do we have here?" he said, eyeing Mira's duffel bag and notebook. "Another dreamer? I like it already."
John peeked up from his game, adjusting his glasses nervously, while Sunho gave a barely perceptible nod of acknowledgement.
Even CUNY, sitting quietly in the corner, raised an eyebrow in curiosity. "I'm serious about it," Mira said, frowning at Seong-min's enthusiasm. "This is my dream. I don't need people laughing at it." Seong-min leaned back, hands behind his head, eyes sparkling. "I'm not laughing. I'm impressed. Takes guts to chase what you love in this city."
John mumbled something under his breath about reckless ambition, which Mira caught and gave a small smirk at.
CUNY finally spoke, her voice soft but authoritative. "The ones who chase their dreams, even against opposition, are often the ones who make it." The words struck Mira like a spark. She looked at Farah, who gave an encouraging nod. For the first time in days, she felt a small surge of hope. That night, after most customers had left, Mira confided more in Farah. "I've been sneaking into competitions," she admitted. "Small auditions, underground showcases. Every time I dance, I feel free. But every time I come home, my family reminds me that it's a waste of time." Farah poured her a cup of tea and placed it on the counter. "Sometimes, the things worth chasing the most are the ones everyone else doubts," she said. Mira smiled, a genuine smile that reached her eyes. "You're right. I think I needed to hear that." Farah's shop had become more than a place for computers and games. It was becoming a sanctuary, a space where dreams, struggles, and ambitions could exist safely. And just like that, Kang Miratha, carefree, determined dancer fighting against her family's expectations, joined the circle of people who would support one another through soul-esque harsh realities.